Yeah, so winter storage didn't last long because I ended up riding like a week or two later. But before that, I wanted to go over the bike. These clips are of me greasing the front and rear axles and suspension linkage. I would have done the steering stem bearings, but I don't have the tools right now. I'll do it. I'll get to it. But besides that, just like chain slack, spoke checks, making sure important bolts are torqued down, oiling the air filter, fluid checks, it was low on coolant. Yeah, just stuff like that. Here's the connecting arm, and those are the needle bearings. I don't know if the bearings were caged or not, but I was like careful about them not falling out. There's not much to it. You just pack it with grease and put it back together, clean it up. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that to all the bearings. I think I accidentally stopped recording, but I did torque that bolt down.
So much torque.
I saw this technique online that you could torque one side of the front axle and leave the other side loose, and then after you spin the front wheel, grab the brakes, and that will like true up the front forks. And I guess it worked because when I rode, everything felt fine. And yeah, that's it. After this, I went riding. So this is Toutle, formerly known as Riverdale, I think, up in Washington. There's like 3 tracks. I went to the vet track, of course, because like I said, I've been off the bike for like a decade, and even 3 years prior to that when I was still riding, it was just super inconsistent. So we're just taking it easy, leaving the ego in the back of the truck, you know. I also just had my gallbladder removed like 2.5 months ago, so my core's still pretty weak, and I've been going to physical therapy because I have lower back problems. So just really try to keep it chill. Everything was feeling pretty like surreal at this point because where I grew up, the island of Guam, born and raised, there was only one track. So this was not only my first time riding in a long time, but my first time riding in the US, where there's multiple tracks. Like Washougal's here. I grew up watching that on TV. So just super grateful, super excited. I don't know, it was a crazy experience. Gas, choke. Here we go. I'm supposed to go like no more than half throttle for like 20 minutes. Here we go. after the first lap, my initial thoughts were, I wish I had gotten back on a bike sooner, and I'm super out of shape. I was already hanging off the bike after that first lap. Things felt like they were coming at me fast, even though I was going slow. And the 250's pretty snappy, so I remembered that I forgot to set my tire pressure because it was definitely like super slick. The only other thing I noticed as far as the bike goes was that the bars felt awkwardly low while I was standing, which I thought was weird. I never really had a problem with stock bars on bigger bikes growing up. But yeah, the rest was just letting my mind try to play catch up. You know, it's been such a long time. Towards the end of the session, I started pushing it a little bit, but just for like certain sections, you know, like I never tried to go all out for a whole lap. It would be like do a jump and get on it a bit and then like chill, or try to hit a corner and then, you know, again, just chill afterwards. But things were slowly coming back. Arms were too pumped though to safely do a whole lap, like try, you know. So yeah, that was the first one. I only went out twice. Second one, I did, you know, better. I pushed it a little more, but same thing, just for like sections, not like a whole lap. But I was a little more aggressive the second time. All right, round two. Super tired after that first one and just felt super slick. I adjusted my handlebars and lowered the tire pressure. Let's see if that does anything. And I'm tired again. So I'll end the riding clips with some shots from the outside where it kind of looks like I know what I'm doing again. Yeah, short day, but that was my reintroduction to the sport. Hopefully future videos will be more riding, less talking. That's the plan at least. Shout out to the two homies that came up to me. They were friendly. One was on a KTM 300 and the other one was on a Cowie. For some reason, the guy on the Cowie asked me if I vlogged and I was like, no. I don't know. I think it's because I'm so new to it that it just didn't register to me to say yeah. But anyways, yeah. Till next time.
Holding on to what turns like a tight grip of a glove. The oceanic space is miles between us, laying claim to space, making promises with a kiss, singing with a face. Here we go.
Go Yamaha.